Welcome into Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. About to get started here. Pitching in our game today, Eduardo Rodriguez.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. And that one way outside. And we're underway here in the home opener. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball.
Safe.
It's an infield single to start the ball game.
Just elite level speed on display right there, and he needed every bit of it. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
This one in the dirt.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And now a man into scoring position. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Gurriel handles the chance, and there's 1 down. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Swing and a ball driven out to center, raging back towards the wall. Up against the wall and brings it in. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Seiya Suzuki. Up the middle, base hit and a run in to score.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Suzuki leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one outside. 1-1.
Boog, here's a guy at the plate. I'm expecting to have a good game. He always seems to play better in road games.
In the dirt. On the ground, Suarez zips it across, and that will end the inning. Back here with my pal Singy, and our pitcher in this game, Jameson Taillon.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
The wind of the pitch. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout. Here's the center fielder, Jake McCarthy. This guy can absolutely fly. I think one of the faster players in baseball. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
1 out, base is empty. Foul ball. To left center for a line drive base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
1 out and a runner at second. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Kelly gathers, throws to first. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone. Here's Josh Naylor.
Just not a good pitch to swing at. One reason he's an everyday player is he usually lays off of that junk.
And that is out of play. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Next offering is downstairs. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Runner. He's trying for third. Toss to Turner. That is the inning. Top of the second. Now the left fielder, Ian Happ.
Number 8, Ian.
Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022. What a year, Chris. Both an all-star and a gold glover. That one fouled off.
Yeah, and wins that gold glove as a left fielder, and it's a guy that was a pretty good center fielder as well. But, you know, one of the things for him is just being able to be in the same spot every day. I think it increases the comfort level and allows that athletic ability to really shine.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Swung on, belted. That one back. Off the Jumbotron, way out of here. Wow. And they add to the lead. It's 2-0. Nico Hoerner will come up to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit.
Everything came together for him. Just a solid swing right there.
Ryan Thompson gets the ball now.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Ground ball left side, could be 2. Slings to second. How about that double play? Here's Turner now.
The reliever comes in, takes care of that inherited runner, gets that ground ball double play, and now he can work on one more guy to get back in the dugout.
Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1.
Check swing, he went, and it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the veteran third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Tyner back to work. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
So the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Here's Gurriel. Check swing, but he went too far. And that is strike 1. Gurriel, 31 years old, and he was born in Cuba. And he takes a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's off the inside corner. Now 1-2. On to first. Got him. Two gone after the strikeout. 2 outs. Base is empty. Now the D-backs catcher, Gabriel Moreno. And first offering is fouled off. Just missed. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the second. On to the third inning. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Crow Armstrong.
That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
Back foot slider struck him out. Swanson digs in. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Tucker at the plate now. That's ball 1. That's down and in. A slider missed.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat. Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
And as well, lots of pop in that bat. So you combine the slug with really good defense. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Line drive. And there's a hit.
Two consecutive base hits for these guys here. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything, and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Digging in, Seiya Suzuki swings through that one. 0-1.
Oh, here's a fun fact for you, Boog. Suzuki is the first Japanese-born player to homer in 3 consecutive plate appearances in the majors. Feel free to use that note in your next Cubs broadcast, buddy.
And that one is lifted in the air. McCarthy trying to get there. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And they lead by 3. And next for the Cubs, Michael Busch. 0-for-1 so far. And first offering is fouled off. Tucker, the runner at first with 2 gone. Liner, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Ian Happ up to hit. He's already homered in this game. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. McCarthy makes a nice running catch. As we go to the last of the third. Now at the plate, Pavin Smith. Foul ball there.
Well, these Diamondbacks, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch.
No
These
ball,
batters are
2 strikes.
swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
On the ground, out to short. Handles, throws
He's
to
out.
first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Batting ninth,
Geraldo
the
Perdomo
shortstop,
digs in now.
Perdomo.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So now back to the top of the order.
The right fielder.
This is
number
Corbin
7,
Carroll. He's 0
Corbin
for 1.
Carroll.
In the dirt, blocked. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
0-2.
You know, Boog, every team has a hitters meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive.
Ball,
You
that's
wonder
what's
what they
scared.
talked about.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him
Now
in this
batting,
one.
the center fielder.
Next up for the Diamondbacks, Jake McCarthy.
McCarthy.
1 for 1 with a single so far. In the dirt. Two outs. That one
Nope.
misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing. At it,
balls,
hit a
1
broken
strike.
bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Strike 2.
Well, they just threw that
2-2
fastball
count.
by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Just missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Back here at Chase Field, here's Nico Hoerner.
Leading off for the Cubs, the second baseman, Nico Hoerner.
Line to second, snagged on the bounce.
He's out.
Tosses to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
The batter,
And now the batter
catcher,
is Carson Kelly.
Kelly.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Now, there's a
0-1
certain
the
point where
count.
you have to commit to what you think you see, and
Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A solo shot. And they add a run. It's 4-0. One down. Here's Justin Turner. And first offering is fouled off. Turner's an interesting guy to talk hitting with. He's someone that kind of espouses the
off the plate.
modern hitting philosophy. The whole let the ball travel, let the ball get deep. For Justin Turner, that is, beat it with that. I want to hit the ball out front. I want to hit the ball out in front of the plate. That's what he is trying to do. So the batting order
center
turns
fielder,
over.
number 4,
Digging in, it's
Pete
the speedy outfielder,
Crow
Pete Crow Armstrong. Cut on and lifted in the air. McCarthy makes the play, and that is that. Ready to go.
Leading
Bottom
up
four.
for the
Ketel
Diamondbacks,
Marte up
the
to the
second
plate.
baseman, Ketel Marte.
Swanson settles under it and makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting,
And
first
now
baseman,
it's Josh Naylor.
Naylor.
Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile.
0-1.
And it's 0-1. Happ makes the grab. 2 down. 2 down. Base is empty. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. And he swings and misses at the initial
0-1's the
offer.
count.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as
No
his stuff
balls,
is,
2
you might as
strikes.
well take all 3 swings.
2 down, nobody on. And
Ball,
1 and
that's
2.
out.
Kelly collects, fires to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. And welcome back to the
Leading off for the
ballpark.
Cubs,
Ready
the
now for the
shortstop,
5th inning.
Dansby
And now the shortstop,
Swanson.
Dansby Swanson. In there at the knees. Strike 1.
You know, these Cubs putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked
He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Up next for the Cubs,
Runner in
the
scoring
right fielder,
position.
Kyle
No outs. Kyle
Tucker.
Tucker, a.k.a. Kentuck, to the plate now.
0-1. 1-1.
Tucker, former 5th overall pick in the 2015 draft by the Astros. This guy's turned into a whale of a player. Tucker hits for power. He's got 30 homer power, but the strikeout rate is under 20%. Stays alive. No outs. Runner on second. Fights that one away. Still 1 and 2. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. McCarthy going back on it. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he makes it up to third with 1 away. Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya Suzuki.
High in the air, out to right. Carroll sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out. Throw cut off, down to the plate. Not in time. He's safe. And a run comes in to score.
Third baseman,
And
Michael
up next for Chicago,
Busch.
Michael Busch. And he swings through that one.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he
0-1's the
did.
count.
Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Marte throws to first in time. And that is the inning. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Tyone back to work. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
0-1.
You know, these D-backs definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive.
That's a ball.
They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
Gurriel gets a piece.
So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for them at times.
That one
Inside,
just
ball 2.
missing inside. And that's ball 2. And he chases that one. That's his 9th
The catcher,
strikeout
number
so
14,
far. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the
Moreno.
Diamondbacks. Up and
0-1.
in. And that is ball 1.
0-1, no strikes.
Swing and a foul out of play. 1-1 is fouled off. One down, base is empty.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Pavin Smith stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Smith.
Grounded out his first time. Smith measures 6 feet 2 inches, 29 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. 2 outs. Late swing, foul to the left.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. All set for the start of the inning. Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ. And first offering is fouled off. Cap dances out of the way of that one.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Teased the zone with that fastball, a little bit up, fouled it off. Expect him to go a little bit higher with this next one.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. Pretty nice play there. So here's Horner now.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Line drive, caught.
Quick reactions down there at first, and those can be tougher than they look sometimes. There could be all kinds of weird spin or knuckling action on the baseball.
Kelly in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Next offering in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. That's down and in. A slider missed. 2 outs, base is empty. That's towards center. McCarthy trying to get there. Corrals it. And that is that. Well, we go bottom 6. Now here is Geraldo Perdomo.
Perdomo.
Swinging a foul straight back.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Ball.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Crow Armstrong running hard to get it. And there's 1 down. Back to the top of the lineup, Corbin Carroll. Getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 in this one.
Now pitching for Chicago, number 24.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
They say you win.
0-2 is the count.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting, the center
Down the
fielder,
number 2 hitter, Jake McCarthy. 1 for 2. And that's outside. And now it's even up.
It might be time to choke
One
up
ball,
a little
one
bit,
strike.
get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings and misses, struck him out. Back here at Chase Field, new inning getting started. And here's the first baseman. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Atlanta Braves. Mookie Betts will get us started.
Leading off tonight for the Dodgers, the shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Riley slings it across. 1 up, 1 down. So now it's Freddie Freeman.
Batting second, the first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Swings and misses. 0-1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Olsen handles the chance. And he's out on the tag. Two outs, base is empty. Here's Shohei Ohtani. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power.
That's right. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Schwellenbach, 24 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2021. That one missing inside.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
And a swing and a miss there.
Well, it looks to have some quality stuff on the hill today. Start this outing out. Pepper in the zone. Arm is loose and firing him in there.
Off the mark there, and it's 3-2. In the dirt, throw on to Olsen, and they get Ohtani for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back at Truist Park, and on the mound now, Shohei Ohtani.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1-2 now. Rips that one to right. 1 down. And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish.
Ozzie Albies.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Kim under this one. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley. That one not close. 1-0. There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offering misses, and a count 2-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Outman makes the play, and that is that. Back here in Atlanta, Will Smith to the plate. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Out in front and foul to the left side. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Harris makes the grab, 1 away.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 13.
Here comes Max Muncy. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
Up the middle, Allen tosses to first. They get the out on Muncy. 2 outs, base is empty. Kike Hernandez, the next to hit. And it's fouled away. Fastball gets the corner at the knees.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it. Well, maybe approaching this at-bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
Now, James Outman. Strike one.
No ball. One strike.
Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. That one finds the zone. 0-2 now. This one in the dirt. And that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the second. There's Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
Ohtani back to work. On the ground, right side. Freeman steps on the bag. One up, one down. Here's Marcell Ozuna.
Hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
And that one is in for a strike. In the air, right field. Hernandez has it sized up. He's got it, and there's two away.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first two innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Right side, and that's just foul. In the air, center field. Outman makes the catch, and that is that. And we're back. Top half of the third inning, and the batter now, Chris Taylor. Into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. Back-to-back singles. Harris fires it in quickly. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Mookie Betts now at the plate. Turned on, but foul wide of third. First and second here, no outs. Bunts it towards the mound. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. And here's Freddie Freeman. Golden opportunity right here. The Dodgers threatening.
Ball one.
They need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Got him looking. And that is a big first out. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's 0-for-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
There's the strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there. And
fouled off.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate.
1-2.
Top of the third, no score. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Now batting.
The batter now will be Will Smith. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. This one is blasted. A no-doubter. Grand slam. He made him pay for that one. It's 4-0. Max Muncy at the dish. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
So it's easy to be satisfied and get a little distracted after a grand slam, but there's still a lot of work in this inning to do, and you can really deliver a knockout blow. With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
And the pitch. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
That one in the dirt. Ball 1. And another ball.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Next pitch is outside.
Okay.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. And that's how they
Batting
get
it,
their first
the right
base
fielder,
runner of the game.
Eddie
Here's Eddie Rosario.
Rosario.
Just missed. Out towards right center field. Outman settles under this one. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Batting ninth, the shortstop.
Nick Allen next up for the Braves.
Allen.
And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. That's down and in. Murphy leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun.
1 strike.
Check swing called strike. And the count is 2-2.
3 balls.
Squirts away a little bit. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Harris stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back at Truist Park, start of the 4th, and Kike Hernandez at the plate. Hernandez, 33 years old, usually a third baseman, but today starting in right. Check swing called strike.
Well, he's going to get a totally different angle in the way that he sees the game in this one, going from third base all the way out to right field. Sure hope he doesn't try to.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Hauls it in on the warning track. And at the plate for the Dodgers, James Outman. 0 for 1 so far. Ball 1 there. That one finds the corner, and that's strike 1. That one catches the corner for a strike.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Puts a bunt down. Albies. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. Chris Taylor now. First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strike.
Here's the pitch. Runner on the go.
Hey.
Strike in there. Safe at second with a stolen base. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Man at second. Check swing, no appeal. Rosario. And makes the grab. And there's 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Hesung Kim. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Runner at second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. Runner takes off. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. Mookie digs in here. 0 for 2 in this one. Runner on the go. Olsen right there to make the grab. And that is that. Bottom of the 4th. And now Ozzie Albies.
The second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that one is off the wall. Around second now as they still don't have it. And he's into third base with a leadoff triple.
He was all over that one. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Riley in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes. That one finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Base hit center field. The runner from third comes across as they get one back. It's an RBI single. It's 5-1.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on. And
this one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. Coming home. He will score.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. They got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
That's ripped. Base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. Throw to first, and he gets back safely.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Good job getting the foot down.
Now pitching for
new pitcher for the Dodgers, Luis Garcia.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
And that one is lifted in the air. Kim makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. Here's Sean Murphy. He reached out and walked his first time.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
First pitch just misses. Ozuna leads off first with 1 away. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw. The throw comes in too late, and they don't get an out on the play. 2 on, 1 out. Here comes Eddie Rosario.
Eddie.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And that one fouled off.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. And he grounds one back up the middle. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Stop sign goes up at third, and the bases are loaded.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
On the ground, could be 2. Feeds to second, out there. On to Freeman, double play, inning over. Back here in Atlanta, Freddie Freeman will come up to hit.
5, Freddie Freeman.
Schwellenbach back to work. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate. He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Next pitch misses, and 1-1. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
1-2.
And they'll do it again. That misses. Now 2-2.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Puts it away for the out. And up to the plate is Will Smith. He's already homered here in this one. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Gets down, base hit.
The third baseman, number 13, Max.
So a man at first. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And first offering is fouled off. Smith off of first with 2 away. There's a splitter in the dirt, swing and a miss. Murphy fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II.
Harris.
Swing and a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
The batter, number 1.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. 1 for 2. And that's fouled off. And downstairs.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
That missed by a lot. 2-1. Runner at first with no outs here. Check swing called strike. 2-2. Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. That should get the dugout going. It's 5-5. So it's all time. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Evan Phillips.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Hard hit left side. Throw on to Freeman, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Matt Olson up to the plate.
Baseman, Matt Olson.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. Still only one out here in the inning. He was late there, strike one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Olson. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. It's their second home run of the inning, and just like that, they're out front. It's 6-5. Now a fly ball to right center. Hernandez. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there are two down. Here's Alex Verdugo.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. And we're back. Here's Kike Hernandez.
The right fielder, Kike.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Throws across the diamond. Now one gone in the top of the sixth. Next to hit, James Outman.
James.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the third or fourth pitch of just about every at-bat.
Just missed.
That's a ball. 1-0.
Next one misses, and it's 2-0. Fastball is outside. And there's the automatic. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. One out, base is empty. Cut on and miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 8. Here comes Chris Taylor. Reaching down, makes the catch. Bottom of the sixth. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Sean Murphy.
Sean Murphy.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
You know, these Braves showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers say their chase rate, or swings at pitches outside the zone, is under 25%, and I think it's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone cold take.
Rosario in the box now. No balls and a strike. Late on that fastball.
So hard to touch. I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost in the catcher's mitt.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Rosario swings and drives one deep to right field. Back there. Going. Gone. He nails one out to right. It's 8-5. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Nick Allen. And that's a strike.
No ball. One strike.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Headed down the line. And that drops foul. The 1-2. Ground ball right side. Taylor. One away. Bottom of the 6th. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. 1 for 3. Swinging a drive deep right field. And that one's gone. He shoots one out to right.